What's up YouTube, Jay here, and in this video I am going to be showing you how to RGB-ify your case with some LED light strips and a magnetic sheet. So first up, we are going to take one of the LED strips and peel off the paper back, exposing the adhesive, and then we're going to take that and stick it down on top of one of the magnetic sheets. This will hold the LED strip in place while we make our cut along the magnetic sheet. Next, we take a razor or something sharp and just cut down along the edge of the LED strip. Make sure not to cut into the LED strip, make sure not to cut into your fingers, and make sure not to cut into whatever surface you are cutting on. So here you can see I have a nice thick piece of cardboard protecting it. After that is done, you actually want to peel not from the end, but from the opposite side, because the adhesive on the LED strip can actually peel off with the magnetic, or with the piece of magnet. So now that we've done that once, we are going to use the same LED strip and repeat the process 5 times, so that we end up with 5 strips of magnet the width of an LED strip. Once all of the magnetic strips have been cut, we will take one, peel back the paper backing, exposing the adhesive, and stick the adhesive side of the magnetic strip to the adhesive side of the LED strip. Now the magnetic strips will be a little short to cover the entire LED strip, so what we're going to do is take that 5th magnetic strip and cut a little bit extra off to match the exposed length of the LED strip, and then stick that on so that the whole thing is covered. And once we have magnetized all of our LED strips, we can finish up by trimming off any excess along the edges of the LED strips. Now for this next part, you will need the supplied power cable, a Molex adapter, a couple pieces of heat shrink, a soldering iron, some wire strippers, and a source of heat. We'll begin by cutting the wire of the cable adapter, leaving enough length for future cable management when we go to install it, and having enough length to position the receiver anywhere within the case. We'll then want to strip the wires off of the power cable as well as the Molex adapter, and what we're going to be doing is soldering the red wire to the red wire and the black wire to the black wire. And make sure that you don't forget to put the heat shrink on the wires before you actually solder them together. Oh, and I guess I forgot to mention that I also use a pair of tweezers or forceps or something to hold the wires, as well as some helping hands. Now it's time to fit the LED strips into the case. This part can be a little bit tricky because you have to figure out exactly where the strips will go, in which spaces they can fit. As you can see here, I kind of had to cram mine sideways in between the edge of the case and the fan. It can also be fairly difficult to get the LED strip at the top to stick right, especially because you need a nice flat area because the magnets are fairly weak and it will fall pretty easily. Finally, we just figure out where to put all of our connecting wires and kind of how to get those in place without knocking all the LED strips down. Now all that's left to do is to hook up the power and the receiver and turn on the computer to test it out. And finally, when putting back on your side panels, you might have to make a couple minor adjustments with the LED strips just to make sure that everything fits right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. Thanks for checking it out, and I will see you in the next one.